Hi, this is Zak Mir with a rather late edition of the Bulletin Board Heroes here on Share Talk for Wednesday, the 12th of September. Starting off with Angus Energy, where it looks as though we're broken out of this wedge formation, 7.5 pence, the resistance line there. And really, while we're above that, looking for a retest of the best levels of the past month, around 12 or 13 pence. Stop loss really back below 7.25 should do the trick for these shares. Another stock which is looking ready to deliver a new bullish phase is Brave Bison. We've had the gap back up through the unfilled gap back up through the 50-day moving average there, around 1.7 pence, and really while we're above that, looking for a retest of the initial spike of September through towards the 3 pence area, hopefully by the end of this month. Going on to a stock which seems to be ready to revive, a bit early perhaps, but we've got a potential break of this 4.25 pence area. End of day close above that should take the shares back towards 5.4 or 5.5 pence over the following few weeks. Slightly more obscure stock coming up here in the form of Microsaic systems. Here I've got a nice sort of rounded formation here. It's also a bear trap from below the old April low as well. And the view here is that the shares should chase the 200-day moving average there towards 2.2 pence over the next few sessions. Also gapped up today and broken above the 50-day moving average at 1.6 pence. And so initial target 2.2 and then back up to the main resistance here, which is 3 to 3.5 pence over the next month or so. Don't normally look at stocks which are not complete tiddlers, but Mysale may be worth looking at the moment. If I can get the right ticker code up there. Here we've had a nice break through the 50-day moving average around 49 pence, and while we're holding above that, looking for an initial target there back at July resistance at 70 pence plus. I suppose there is some overhead resistance for the shares coming in around the low 60s or around the 60 pence area, but this turnaround looks reasonably solid after the break with a higher low there, really above 40 pence or around the 40 pence level versus that low that we saw just a few days before that. Physiomics is a stock which I've been singing the praises of in the recent past. The stock wasn't quite as keen as I was perhaps on the bull argument. Still a little bit of doubt here in terms of this area up to 5 pence. Needs a bit of a push, but with the 200-day moving average rising so strongly, one would have thought that that would be the initial target there at 5.8 pence, and then after that, obviously 8-9 pence, maybe later in the autumn. Stop loss really back below the 50-day moving average, around the 4 pence level for the shares. Seems to be quite an obvious place to look. On to a stock which, given reasonable coverage over the recent past, Reddit or Redt Energy. Here we had another gap this week to the upside, and it looks as though the shares want to make progress within a rising trend channel that one can draw from June, heading towards the 12 pence area, and really that's the target there while we hold above the 8 pence zone, which is just the recent lows there to start the month. So encouraging situation, I think, for that particular stock. Finishing off with what is arguably the star of the day in terms of both the following of the stocks has and also the price action. Sarika Energy, the shares bounced really effectively off the bottom of that August gap around 70-71 pence and have made reasonable progress since. Still looking for a target here towards the upper 80s. At least that would do the trick over the next few sessions, and that's valid while we hold above 77-78 pence, which is a notional broken resistance line that you can draw from the early part of last month. That's it for me. More updates tomorrow.